All right. Now we're going to subtract some decimals without using our base 10 blocks. We're going to do adding. Once you have the decimals lined up, it's just like addition. Once the decimals are lined up, it's identical to subtracting without decimals. You regroup the same. Everything's pretty much the same. Once the decimals are lined up. Now, we've already talked about lining up decimals in our previous lessons, so hopefully you guys will be able to do that with no problem. All right? Our problem of the day, a concert ticket costs $29 plus a $4 handling fee. For 3 weeks in a row, Issa, we're going to just say Issa. All right. That girl, for 3 weeks in a row, that girl has saved $4.50 each week. How much more does she need to save to buy one ticket? So she's been saving for 3 weeks. How much more money does she need to buy a ticket? On your whiteboards, work this out. So, first of all, how much total was their ticket? It says that it was $29, but there was a $4 handling fee. So we have to add that together, right? So she has 29 and 4. So it's $33 total, right? Then we have to figure out how much she saved. Now, I saw a bunch of you multiply this. We haven't done any multiplication with decimals, but it looked like you guys were multiplying it right. Okay? What you could have done is we have done addition with decimals. So you could have added $4.50 3 times. Same answer. 0, 15, 12, 13. So there's $13.50. If you added it, it'd be the same thing. Okay? 0, 5, 10, 15. 5, 9, 13. So 33 subtract. We're going to line up our decimals like this, right? So 33, this is where the decimal will be for 33. Subtract $13.50. We'll just add zeros to hold the places of the other numbers. That way it's simpler. Okay? 0 subtract 0 is 0. 0 subtract 5.
You can't do that.
Can't do it. So we regroup. 10 subtract 5. 2 subtract 3. So we regroup again. 12 subtract 3. 2 subtract 1.
1.
So how much more money does she need?
$19.50.
There you go. Okay. Alicia has saved $96.89 while working at her summer job. She spends $28.17 on a birthday present for her brother. How much money does Alicia have left? Use vertical subtraction to solve. Vertical subtraction is, we just stack them on top of each other, okay? Now remember what I said. What I want to see you guys doing is drawing a line to replace the decimals. That way you make sure the decimals are actually lined up. So I make a T. Make sure my decimals are on the line. Stay away from doing this because you're going to mess up different lines. Okay? Listen, what you probably do not want to do, and I'm not going to say probably, what you do not want to do not do this. If you draw more than one line, what's going to happen is you're going to write a number. This line is going to be the decimal for the first number. The next number, the decimal is going to be over here, and guess what won't be lined up anymore? Your decimals. Draw a single line to represent your decimals, and that's it. Okay?
Okay.
So, let's get rid of those lines. Boom. Just like that. Now, subtraction it's identical. Once our decimals are lined up, it's identical to any subtraction you've ever done. 9 minus 7 is, what's 9 minus 7? 8 minus 1 is? 6 minus 8? Can't do it, so we regroup. 16 minus 8. 8 minus 2?
6.
The actual subtraction is identical to any subtraction you have ever done. Okay? So the only difference between subtracting with decimals and without decimals is what? What about the decimals? You have to line them up. Once they're lined up, the subtraction is the same. Sure, why not? That doesn't mean that that's where everybody's going to weigh in for sure, but that's where everybody's at now. Okay. We have 2 examples to do before you can get started.
Okay.
I know some of you have band. Band people, you can go. I'm sorry that you're not going to have enough time to finish all this stuff. Wait, aren't you supposed to do 11:15? Yeah, you have 3 minutes. Sit down. Okay, so we're going to find, the table shows the average lengths of 3 of the longest bones in the human body. How much longer is the average femur than the average tibia? Well, the average femur is right here, and it is 19.8 inches. The average tibia is 16.9 inches. Now, we've been estimating everything that we've been doing all along. We've been estimating, right?
Yeah.
They want us to estimate until we can check our answers.
Okay.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Over here. Just stop staring at him. Turn. Thank you. Okay. So, we're going to round them both to the nearest one. They've already done it for us. 19 and 8/10 rounds, nearest one is 20. 16 and 9/10, nearest one, 17. 20 minus 17? What's 20? 3. I have 1 more minute. Line up the decimal points. Remember, I want a line. Draw a line to replace your decimals. We stack them. 8 subtract 9.
Can't do that.
Can't do it. So we regroup. 18 subtract 9.
9.
8 subtract 6.
2.
1 subtract 1 is 0, so that's fine. So we have 2. What's the line again? Line's a decimal. So 2 and 9/10. Okay? So, there it is. Alright. So the average femur is 2 and 9/10 longer than the average tibia. Alright? Now, the inverse operation, inverse means the opposite. Okay? They're saying that they undo each other. What they actually do is they have a relationship. If we go 2 and 9/10 plus 16 and 9/10, we will get, that's the average length of the femur. Right? Okay? So, the relationship is as goes.
14. Push 14.
We go this way in subtraction, we go this way when we add. 2 and 9/10 add 16 and 9/10 equals 19 and 8/10. Okay? Alright. One more example. And then you guys will have about 10 minutes. Our next example is 6 and 3/10 subtract 4 and 78/100. First thing we do is if we estimate, that way we know about what our answer is going to be. All right, they've already rounded for us. 6 and 3/10 rounded to the nearest one is 6. 4 and 78/100 rounded to the nearest one is 5. 6 minus 5 is
1.
done.
Ricky.
Ricky, let's not shout, okay? We're lining up the decimals. Now, they did something. This 0 was not there. They put that 0 there to hold a place. This is why it's important that you line up your decimals, because otherwise we would have ended up like this. Okay? This is bad. See, I have a decimal here and a decimal here. They're not lined up. Do not do that. That's why we're drawing a line where the decimals are. We add a 0 as a placeholder. It does not change anything. 6 and 3/10 is the same thing as 6 and 30/100. Okay? Now, 0 subtract 8.
Can do that.
Can't do it. So we get rid of our 3, make it a 2. Our 0 becomes a 10. 10 subtract 8 equals 2. 2 subtract 7.
Can do it.
Can't do it. So we regroup again. Make our 6 a 5. 12 minus 7 is?
5. 5.
It is 5. Which is 1 more than 4. So I guess you were close. 5 subtract 4.
1.
So, 6 and 3/10 subtract 4 and 78/100 is 1 and 52/100. Now look at, subtraction goes this way, addition goes
This way.
that way. So 1 and 52/100 add 4 and 78/100 equals 6 and 3/10. Check my answer, make sure I'm right. Check my answer on your whiteboards, make sure I'm right. Nothing right now because we haven't had challenges.
You're right. You're right. Right.
I am right. Okay, I want a letter stating that so I can take it home and show Mrs. Butler.
Okay. You're right.
The book says I'm right too. Alright. Take that home, Mrs. Butler. Fantastic. Alright. So we're going to subtraction. We're going to use addition to check our answer. And we're going to use estimation. So we're going to use 2 different ways of checking our answer. Estimation and addition. For your homework, as long as you show me one way that you actually checked it, I would appreciate it. Okay? You only have to do it one way. You don't have to estimate and check and add. You can do one or the other. Okay? So here we go. 5 and 5/10 subtract 3 and 2/10. I know that they don't have them, and most of them are already lined up for you. There's only about 6 problems, or I think that you're going to have to rewrite to line them up. I would appreciate it if you did that. Okay? So 5 subtract 2?
3.
5 subtract 3? 2 and 3/10. 6 minus 2 is, 6 minus 3, sorry. I almost started writing my answer down there. That would have been good. 6 minus 3 is 3. So 5 and 5/10 minus 3 and 2/10 is 2 and 3/10. Is that close?
Yep.
Yep. Alright, they're close to each other. So now, remember, if subtraction's going that way, addition's going back. So we have 2 and 3/10 plus 3 and 2/10, which equals 5 and 5/10. Which this 3 plus that 2 is 5, and this 2 plus that 3 is 5. So there you go. All right, our next problem. And Mr. They're already lined up. That's fine. I want you to do that anyways because I want you to be able to show me that, look, I checked and made sure that the decimals were lined up. Okay? Now, 4 subtract 5.
No. Can't do it.
Can't do it. You know what? Let's do our estimation before we start it. So our estimation, they're rounding to the nearest 10. 72 and 4/10 rounded to the nearest 10 is 70. 12.
10.
I know that the two of you really want to be the first people to answer. Slow down a little bit so you can listen. Then we have 12 and 5/10 rounded to the nearest 10. So here's the 10th place. I look at the 2. The 2 is less than 5, so the 12 and 5/10 rounds to
10.
10. 70 minus 10 is
60.
60. So we should have an answer that's close to 60, okay? I'll erase that so we have something to work with. There we go. All right, 4 subtract 5.
You can do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
So we have to regroup. 14 subtract 5.
9.
1 subtract 2.
Can do it. Can do it.
Regroup again. 11 subtract 2.
9.
6 subtract 1.
5.
59 and 9/10.
59 and 9/10.
Remember, we're subtracting this way, so addition goes back the other direction.
Yep.
So we're checking 59 and 9/10 plus 12 and 5/10 equals 72. Well, 9 plus 5 is 14. There's our 4. We carry a 1, that's 10. 11, 12. There's 2. We carry another 1. 5, 6, 7, 72. There you go. There's our answer. Now, you have the rest of class to finish your independent practice from 3 to, I believe it's 19. Yep.
There might be
3 through 19. If you have a problem with any of these, where will you be able to find your answers to help you?
YouTube.
YouTube. You have about 5 more minutes of class time to work on them. So if you need help during that time, you can ask me.